Hey guys, welcome to my second video. I want to thank everybody who liked, commented, and subscribed to my first video. I was pretty overwhelmed with the response. Was not expecting that much positivity, that much feedback. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And you guys have motivated me to keep going. So it's been a month since my first video, and quite frankly, it's been really difficult to find out what exactly I wanted to talk about. Um, don't get me wrong, I'm still falling victim to the same traps that I had mentioned in my last video regarding analysis paralysis, being a perfectionist. So, yeah, this is pretty challenging. My heart is pumping out of my chest, and that fear of judgment, I'm sure will always be there to some degree, but just gotta keep fighting. Let's get on topic then. So, today, I want to talk about something that is scarcely talked about. Um, we always hear about adding things to our life to improve it. Some things you've probably heard a billion times are exercise, journaling, meditation, reading, you name it. I'm not going to bore you with the conventional 5-step list or whatever that will change your life forever. Today, I'm actually going to talk about the opposite. Today, I'm going to talk about removing things that are holding you back. And I honestly don't feel like I have to tell anybody what's holding them back. I feel like we all deep down know what is, despite maybe not wanting to acknowledge it consciously in our minds. For me personally, I've been struggling with a weed addiction for quite a long time, and it was only just recently after I made that first YouTube video that I've been capable of staying off of it. And yes, my life has changed for the better to a degree. It hasn't made everything, sunshine and rainbows, right? That's not a realistic proposition, but it has bestowed upon me more clarity. And that clarity has shown me that for the longest time, I've been wanting to improve who I am, desperately, even, as I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I've exercised, I've read, I've journaled, I've meditated, done just about, I've tried just about every side hustle you can think of. But none of that was working. And not working in the sense that, one, I wouldn't stick to it, right? And two, I would not be able to engage in these things without being high. And that was a huge problem for me because at that point, no matter what positive things I added into my life, there would always be that negative foundation that would result in that progress being diminished. So, what I'm trying to tell you guys today, what I'm trying to say ultimately is instead of focusing on what you need to add to your life, this is if you're in my position, if you're in a position where you feel stuck, you have been stuck for a long time and you've tried all these different things and nothing's working, look at what's holding you back. Because you can add all the good habits in the world. If they're added on top of a bad habit, -1 times a million is -1,000,000. It's not, you can't work, and I'm quoting Goggins here, you can't work with a cracked foundation. And that's the main point of this video here. So I figured I would go through some explicit examples for you guys. You've already heard the weed thing, but more generally, you can call it a lack of impulse control. So for me, I have very poor impulse control. I'm just going to be honest. If there's temptation in front of me, I become a slave to myself. I'm not gonna lie. It's gotten a lot better, and producing content has actually made me more self-aware because I'm being more critical, for better or for worse. But you have to acknowledge the things that you know are slowing you down, that you know are anchoring you in the same state that you're trying to run away from. And that's the problem. We're running away, we're not facing it. So instead of settling for what someone may regard as personality faults, acknowledge them and challenge them head on, because nothing will change substantially. Things like, don't get me wrong, you can change your life for the better if you're a smoker and you start exercising. You can keep smoking, and if you start exercising, that'll do you good. You know, you're gonna progress a little bit in your health. You're gonna smoke a little less because you're spending less time doing nothing. But at the end of the day, you're still poisoning yourself. So what I'm saying is, you need to focus on what you need to get rid of before you need to focus on what you need to add into your life. And that has been my mistake for probably about 10 years now. And I've wasted a lot of time settling for these bad habits that I knew were bad habits, and then just trying to add on top of them, just trying to forget about them, you know? Like, here's another analogy for you. If you have a basket of fruits and one of them is rotten, you don't just keep adding more fruits despite them being ripe and ready to eat, because you're just going to corrupt all the fruits there. They're all going to start rotting at a faster pace because of that one rotten fruit at the bottom. So you need to do a self-excavation. You need to rid yourself of the things that are holding you back before you can progress. And it's a hard pill to swallow, and it's not as clear cut as, okay, this is what I do bad, so I'm not going to do this anymore. Obviously, it's taken me a long time. And maybe you don't know. Like, I'm sure all of you at least know one thing that is holding you back. I have no doubt in my mind, but maybe you don't know everything that's holding you back. But I promise you, the moment you start thinking about it, the moment you start challenging what you know is holding you back, at least, is the moment you make real progress. So that's really all I gotta say. I'm not gonna waste your time with reiterating my message anymore. Thank you for your time if you watched to the end, and I hope this provided some value for you today, because it's certainly one of the best pieces of advice I think I can give at this point in time. Thank you.